everyone, Ginette Biro here, helping you make sense of life in the world of spirit and woo. Now, today, Spirit wanted me to talk about what is ascension and what is awakening. And to be honest, I was a little like, what? Why do you want to talk about that? Don't people know what it is? And here's the thing, they said sometimes it's important to repeat certain things that we think we know, because we may not recognize how it applies to something more happening in our life. So I said, okie dokie. So here we are. So what is ascension? What is awakening? Well, here's one of the ways that Spirit explained it to me. So when you wake up in the morning and say it's 5 o'clock in the morning, you're technically awake, right? You're technically awake. You are conscious of the world around you, but not with precise detail, right? You're kind of hazy, you're kind of foggy, you haven't had your coffee yet, you're wiping the sleep out of your eyes, you're, doing your stretching, whatever that is. That's one way of being awake, because technically you are. Now, when you compare that state of awakeness to how you are, say, around noon, right? By noontime, you are super vigilant of stuff. You're driving your car, you're observing all these things, even without thinking. You're taking in the energies of this and the sounds of this and the sights of this and pulling them all together to make sense of the world, and you can critically think better. You are more observant of everything going on around you. That is a greater state of being awakened. And so that same thing applies to us here on this planet in our journey. There are many people who are awake to a state of, say, 5 in the morning. It would compare to that. And then there's others that are awakened to a state of, say, noon, where they are more aware of what the energies are speaking, how the energies are speaking to them, what the world is really saying, what nuances they pick up from different things. And then there's others that are awake in a state of, say, around dinner, just after dinner, when you're reflecting on everything that's happened in the day. Right? And you're very aware of all that's transpired, and you're pondering how you feel about it. You are observing the world around you in reflection and awe and wonder and pondering and all of that. And it is that openness to be able to reflect both behind and in front of you, right? Past and future, to come back to the present moment. That is what they're saying being awake really is. It is an open, expanded state of being that allows you this opportunity to really choose who you want to be, how you want to be on this planet, and what you do moving forward. And they say that this is really important for us to know, because we can be in that state at any point as long as we're willing to decide we want to be. They said in many ways it's as simple as that. And from that point, if we look at it like a flower, all the different petals open, and they continue to open and continue to open as we understand more and more facets of what it is to be embodied as a human in consciousness and connected to all things. So that would be one of the most simplest way to explain what it is to be awakened or to be ascending. Ascending is moving from that process from 5 a.m. until the after dinner reflections, right? Or the gratitude you think of as you lay your head down at night. And we all move through this. And I want to say too that we all move through this because they're showing me this sliding scale. We move through it on different levels. So there's sometimes where we're going to find that in several aspects of our lives, we're saying maybe at the after dinner reflection point. But some other aspects of our lives, we might be like, say, 10 o'clock in the morning. And so it happens on different layers. So you may be really ascended in one aspect, but still learning deep core lessons on another aspect. And that is entirely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's exactly where you need to be at this point. So honor the levels that you are at and you are aware of and where that is in your ascension and growth, and work with it, be with it, and then you can continue to become with it. So I hope that helps make sense of life in the world of spirit and woo in connection to all of that kind of stuff. And now, if you want to take any more deep dives with me, do check out the Ginette Biro podcast. We talk about these kinds of things all the time. The guides are always bringing in insights and understandings, and for everything else, check out avalonspirit.com.